This is Ashley Hames, a complete waster. He's 35, he's never had a job, he's spent his life a child. Now though, things have got to change. He's being sent to work in jobs so brutal it'll push him to breaking point. 'Cause for Ashley Hames, it's time to grow up.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Every summer, New South Wales on the Australian east coast fights a desperate battle against the ravages of bushfire. Each year, around 1 million hectares are scorched, 300 homes destroyed, and 8 lives lost as wildfires tear their way across the countryside. Stepping up to the challenge of fighting this never-ending battle against the ravages of Mother Nature are the teams of volunteer rural fighters, 70,000 in all, men and women from all walks of life, banded together in one common purpose, to protect and serve their fellow man. In my quest to discover the true essence of manhood, I've signed up to join the brigade at Saltash, a village 2 hours north of Sydney. I'm determined to see if just a little of what makes these guys put others first would rub off onto my self-protecting shoulders.
Welcome to Australia.
Thanks very much.
We're going to get into training and get you up to speed.
Right.
So we've got a lot of work to do very quickly for you.
When I first saw him, I thought, oh, here we go. Yeah, a malnourished Englishman. We'll see how we go with him.
Well, they were determined to feed me up as a matter of urgency, and I was summoned over to meet the team and perform their long-standing ritual initiation, the firing up of the first barbie of the summer.
All right, motley crew. Jesus, they're just staring.
Yep.
First surprise, my captain was to be a woman.
Hi, Tracy.
Exactly.
How you doing? In England, if you're called Tracy.
What does that mean?
Wow. What does it mean? It means, it means a little bit of a goer.
Well, I think he was a bit scared, but he never told me he was scared, but I think he might have been.
Yep, blame it on the old nerves. Now I've got an initiation to get out of the way.
Jess, there's a ceremonial lighting of the barbecue, so
Okay.
you have to do this.
We're having trouble here. We can't light the barbecue.
I can smell gas.
One bloody job. This is not a great start.
Oh, well done.
Thanks very much.
Well, they're easily pleased so far, but as the traditional Aussie man feast begins to take shape, it's time to pluck up courage and try to make some new friends. Friends like Brian.
So how long have you been on the force?
Bit over 15 years.
Good experience for you?
Yeah, pretty good.
So what's Tracy like? Is she your boss?
Yeah, she's pretty good. Been in the game quite a while.
Right. I think the team's not as I expected. You know, I was worried that my fitness levels were not going to be up to scratch, but looking at that lot, they're a motley crew, but very friendly. And I think Tracy, first impressions of her is that she's going to be a good boss. I think we're going to get along just fine. Brian's Brian. But they've already got some jobs they've earmarked for me, and I'm looking forward to getting on with it.
Altogether, though, a lovely welcome from a decent bunch. The next morning was training, and Damien was wasting no time in getting me battle fit.
Goggles. Takes a while to get used to the equipment. Now let's put it on the right way around. We have dry chemical powder here. So pull the pin. Aiming at the base of the fire. All right, very good.
That's good.
Okay.
We put out our first fire.
First fire on the first day, well done. Many more to come. Okay, let's not do that. Go and put that down over there. Put it down and come back here. Goose. Morning, everyone.
If you're fit and can hold a hose, almost anyone can join the Royal Fire Brigade. There is, however, some major technical swatting up to be done.
It's normally a member of the public saying, this ball of fire came up and took my house. You heard that?
What about great balls of fire?
It's a song. No, you don't get great balls of fire. Thanks for that, though.
There's always one, and I'd like to think it's always me. Back on the practice ground, though, it was time to start getting involved.
So what we need to do is teach you how to roll and bowl hose. So you take a step forward, roll, and force it out. That's it. Now just perfect. Now we've got to roll it back up to do it again.
This is a right pain in the arse, isn't it?
Go for it.
A pain in the arse, but like handling the nozzle, essential for once we're out in the thick of it. Yeah, this has got some real kick to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. There you go.
Still, all work and no play makes Ashley a dull boy. OK, so that's refreshing, isn't it, as well as practical?
Yes. Thanks for that. At least it's cool, isn't it?
That afternoon, I was back with the team, and it was time to face a proper fire for the first time. Me and my Salt Ash motley crew were to perform a controlled burn, torching away loose debris deliberately from a notorious danger spot.
Any fire's going to sort him straight out. It'd be the true test of him as a man, I suppose, to see how he performs against those conditions.
Arson and lightning account for the vast majority of fires out here in the bush, although butt ends and campfire amateurs also do their bit. The first hazard I had to face, though, was far more mundane. Yeah, the first crisis of the day, we were stuck. Although Kim has got his driving qualification, we couldn't get up this small hill.
I got a brand new certificate and look what happened. I stuffed up.
Well, I came here to firefight. I've ended up digging holes, but at least I'm making some use of myself. OK, we're back on the road. Vehicle recovery at its finest. We're back in business, and at last it's time to get the fires roaring. On occasion, these controlled burns have been known to take hold and cause havoc themselves. It's another danger these part-time heroes take in their stride. Heroes like Bronwyn here, a 44-year-old mother of two. She felt compelled to join the fire service 14 years ago after witnessing her neighbour's house burn to the ground.
More pressure!
And Christ, she's got some lungs on her. Bronwyn all right today?
Oh, she's fine.
She seems up for it.
She loves the fire.
Yeah, does she? Hi, Bronwyn. What's going on now, Bronwyn?
We're going to light up along the edge.
There we go. That should cause some damage. Let me have a quick go at this.
Any flame on the tree, you got to
So-
put out, actually, right?
So how do I... Fuck.
Don't worry.
All that training has served me very well. That was a pretty good start, wasn't it, Bronwyn?
Control it, thank you.
OK, sorry about that mishap.
That's okay. Yeah.
So my first mistake on the job proper, but out here it's all part of getting things done. Do people make mistakes? I mean, obviously I'm a beginner.
The trick is to cover them up, so no one knows you make a mistake. What's that next to you?
Whoops, sorry.
It's all right.
What's going on?
I don't know, I've just checked it.
That's not going to put out a cigarette. I mean,
Shit. Don't let go. See that?
that's a bit better, isn't it? The trick of a controlled hazard reduction is to burn away all the potential fuel on the ground while leaving the trees intact. That's why it's important to keep all trunks and branches soaked. Easier said than done. Oh, sorry. Are you all right? Oops. There we go. But then my captain, Tracy, had a very Australian emergency of her own. What's up, Ken?
Just stay the side of the truck. Tracy's got ants in her pants, okay? So
I see.
So just stay the side of the truck.
Oh, that is a genuine case of ants in your pants. Look, there you go, your knickers down. You all right?
Very painful. You've just seen.
I've just seen a firefighter's arse for the first time in my life.
Nice. They're showing his bum all over Britain.
Oh, it's a great bum. OK, I'm going for between your legs, Damien.
Oh.
Got it through Robin's legs instead. But it's not all fun and games. We're here to do a serious job. And although all these guys have other full-time careers, there's no doubting their level of commitment to the job in hand.
Although it's volunteerism and they're not getting paid, professionalism is held really, really highly. Yeah, sure, it's fun and jokes and they love what they do, but it's got a very serious side to it, and they take that serious side when they need to. The whole crew out in the bush relies on each other, so they depend on him for their lives and the other way around.
Any of the crew that was on that truck today, you would trust them completely. Completely. And they would trust you.
Well, it was time to earn some much-needed trust, dousing a spot fire, the scourge of the bush firefighter.
So there's one, we've got the spot,
What happened there? It's like an ember from the other side?
That's it, an ember's come down, landed here, and that's what they call spot fire.
So this whole section could have gone up?
Yep.
Right.
Well done.
Oh, good. Right. We were racing for that, weren't we? We were racing along for that.
Well done.
Okay.
Best thing you've done today.
Cheers, Tracy.
I thought Ashley went pretty good, actually. He's fitted in really well with the rest of the crew. He's having a good time, I think. There he is. See?
These people I'm working with, they're like, I suppose they're everyday heroes, aren't they? They're the people that might live next door to you who will probably end up saving your life. That's how it is over here, and they're all part of the same community, and they're all just pitching in for one another. And there's something really admirable in that. Admirable because these guys are prepared to risk it all.
Come on, man.
In fact, since 1986, 20 volunteer firefighters have paid the ultimate price for their chivalry. And as I was to find out, once things truly kick off out here in the bush, it soon becomes a place where ordinary folk become heroes with every hideously dangerous step. Can't see shit, as the price of failure simply doesn't bear thinking about. In my worldwide quest to discover the true essence of manhood, I've signed up with the volunteers of Australia's remote access firefighting team. Everyday heroes battling Mother Nature during one of the most prevalent bushfire seasons on record. This lot risk life and limb for nothing but the satisfaction of helping their fellow man. And it's this sense of selflessness that I'm hoping will make more of the man of me. Firefighter Kim, for example, is a farmer by trade, and with my newfound philanthropic demeanour, I thought it the least I could do to help him out on his daily tour of the ranch. So what you got the whip for?
The whip?
Yeah.
Oh, you just crack it. The dogs hate it. Don't you bloody hurt.
Oops, sorry.
Don't you bloody hurt yourself there.
shit. I bet the ladies love you, don't they, Kim? I can't believe the size of bollocks on this one here.
Good set of nuts, mate.
Unbelievable.
Go for him, mate. Grab him. Go on. Shit, watch it. Grab him. Grab him by the back leg. No, back leg. He's got him. Got him. No. Hang on, I'll grab him for you. He's strong, mate. Sneak up on him, mate. Where's he gone?
Where's he gone? Maybe he's done that thing where you suck your stomach in and your balls go up. He's a slippery fella.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
What's going on? You got your pager?
We're going. Let's go.
Kim's pager call meant drop everything. We were urgently needed. So how often would you get a call like that, Kim, normally?
Yeah, about 3 times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're on call like 24 hours, so that could happen at any time just like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. On arrival, though, the emergency we'd been called halfway across town for became something of an anticlimax. In fairness, we had originally been called out on a false fire alarm. But then again, I guess for a 7-year-old, getting a pussycat stuck up a tree must be equally traumatic. At least she was in safe hands.
Not that far. Not quite that far.
What happened if the cat starts scratching and stuff? Hey, kitty, kitty. Okay, I've got it. Hey. Hey. How about that? There you go. What's his name? Fluffy? This is Fluffy. Well, do you want to stroke him and say hello and welcome back? Oh dear. Just be careful. He's had a bit of a difficult time. You all right with him? That's okay. That's all right. She just said thank you. Not a problem. Well, I have to say, it's one of the few times I can actually look in the mirror and think, I did something good today. But today was about to take a big turn for the worse. Reports were coming in of a major bushfire threatening villages 100 kilometres to the north of us in New South Wales. Our job was to provide urgent backup and clear fire breaks as the flames swept steadily towards a dangerously exposed residential district. We were most definitely in business.
The rocks of the geographic feature finish just down there. I want to use that as part of our fire break and advance a hand tool line up through here, taking as much advantage of these rocks in the fire break as we can. Alrighty? See you later on. Get into it.
I didn't understand a word he'd said, but whatever it was, it sounded like bloody hard work.
Keep moving.
Are they?
Before we get this finished, we're all going to do the barbecue.
Whilst our colleagues battled the flames just minutes away, we raked like our lives depended on it to try and save any of the homesteads behind us.
Right down between those rock crevices, otherwise the fire's going to stick up there between the rocks and be gone. Let's move. Come on, pick it up. Rightio. Up here, this is our point of action. This is where we start work. What we're going to do is we're going to advance a wet line up through that bush. What I want you to do is bowl that hose behind us, because behind us is safe. And move, let's go, Pete, quickly. Come on, move. The one thing that you can never really prepare people for is the emotional reaction and the adrenaline rush. People react to that in different ways, and for most of them, they don't really even know what it is until they experience it for the first time. So physically, Ashley's up to it, no big dramas at all. It's always about teamwork, and no matter what happens, his team will be there to support him, I'm sure.
Just having a 5-second breather, and let's bring some more hose up. I'm pretty fucking exhausted now. With the immediate surroundings stabilised and the air cover finally taking over, I was drafted back out to rejoin my gang from the Saltash Brigade. They were gallantly heading without fear towards, well, let's be honest, real trouble. As a secondary crew, our task was to do battle with the outer extremities of the blaze, picking up and extinguishing any fire hotspots igniting from cinders blown away from the main blaze. The wind was gusting, and on our arrival, to my immediate distress, fires were breaking out everywhere.
Jesus. Yeah, over here. I can't see shit. This is unbelievable. It's so smoky. It's like dealing with a bloody wild animal. Okay, let's clear that up. Let's clear that bit up. There's more down here. Let's go down here. All right, Bronwyn. Fuck, that's hot. You can hardly breathe. You can see nothing. All you feel is just heat. There's still a load down there, yeah?
Where the fire was just put out, so you can expect it to come up and
Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. Right, it's starting to really catch hold, this fire. Jesus Christ, look at those flames.
Get in, love.
Okay, water! These flames are pretty vicious. I don't even feel that I'm fighting it, it's still coming. At this point in time, I can't see anything. I can hardly fucking breathe.
Down low, not high.
Okay, it's starting to clear up a little bit. I'm gonna have to take this off, I can't see shit.
Your eyes will start to go if you take that off, too. Don't worry.
Well done, Ashley. It's becoming a firefighter now.
Yeah?
As indeed was our cameraman, whose kit was getting punished, just like all the rest of us out here.
I don't know if you can see, but our eyes are absolutely probably what yours look like. Mine do. It's not pleasant.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It hurts a lot.
It's not like...
It is really, really smoky. My eyes are a bit screwed up actually, but
Ron, come down here.
in terms of oh shit, my glasses. I mean, physically it's not that bad, apart from the fact that it gets in your eyes and you can't breathe very much. But I suppose those are fairly major factors, because it's good to see and breathe occasionally. But the fact that they're girls, I suppose, that I'm working with at the moment, and they're doing this voluntarily and putting their lives on the line is, well, it's something to think about. I need some water.
Your senses are bombarded in there. It's almost impossible to see, hear or breathe, and one wrong step or wind change can put you in mortal danger. It's something that these guys during the hot Australian summers will confront on a regular basis. As our shift on the front line drew to a close, I knew that I'd learned something special from this ragtag bunch of volunteers. I discovered the immense satisfaction that comes from attempting to do good through personal sacrifice, and to be honest, it left me feeling great. I have nothing but respect for Tracy and her team of part-timers. This is a bloody hard way to spend your spare time, putting your neck on the line for the protection of others, and for that, each and every misshapen one of them is a giant amongst men.
I thought he worked well in the team. I thought he fitted in well in our brigade. And I think if he stuck with it, he might make a good firefighter.
Yeah, he took it on. Yeah, he took the fire on. He was right there. Yeah, he's got balls, and that's what matters.
I would have no problems on taking Ashley on a truck. To a bushfire, definitely.
Well, that's good of them to say, but for me, it's time to move on unscathed. For these guys, though, the battle will go on, month in, month out, until the final flames of the Australian bushfire season are finally extinguished without trace.
From miles around they join the line, erratic form but heart so fine. Born round, left short, their every sort, serve fellow man their noble sport. Grown tall, stood proud, all shapes allowed. Go, join their fight, or stay, head bowed.